Hi, I'm Peter Travers, movie critic for Rolling Stone, and I'm here to talk about our cover subject this issue, which is Brad Pitt. Now, Brad Pitt has been on the cover of Rolling Stone a number of times, but this is a very special one because he is in one of the major movies of 2008, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, where he ages backwards, where he has digital makeup on his face, and they call it digital face painting. So you see him as an old man. Brad Pitt as an old man. It's amazing. It's difficult to contemplate. But when I think of Brad Pitt's career, I have to go back to that beginning. And the beginning for everybody is a movie called Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise, Gina Davis, Susan Sarandon. There's a scene in that where he's teaching Gina Davis how basically she should commit armed robbery. And he uses a hairdryer as a gun, got the shirt off, jumping up and down on the bed. Star. I see a really interesting actor, but I see an actor whose best performances always work against the pretty boy aspect of him. Thelma and Louise starts him off with that image, and then he moves on. Just a couple of years after Thelma and Louise, he did a movie where he takes a supporting part called True Romance, written by Quentin Tarantino. He's just a stoner. He's asleep on a couch. He's watching the movie by just sitting there in this couch and watching the characters move past him and going, I don't know what's happening. He loves it. You can see his enjoyment in playing this loser in life.
Are you Dick Ritchie?
No.
Do you know a Clarence Wally?
Yes.
Do you know where we can find him?
Yes, I do.
Oh, where?
As the Beverly Ambassador.
Where's that?
Well, you go. No. Yeah, go down beach. You guys want to smoke a bowl or? Oh.
And when I saw that performance, I thought, you know, this guy can do something. And you know what? This guy did do something. He hooked up with a director called David Fincher, who also directed him in Benjamin Button, and made a movie called Seven with Morgan Freeman, where he's a cop taking on a psychopathic killer played by Kevin Spacey. Another really quiet, interesting performance by Brad Pitt. Same year, 1995, he does a movie called 12 Monkeys. This frees Brad Pitt to be nuts like he likes to be.
I guess they give you some chemical restraints, huh? Drugs! What did they give you? Thorazine? Haldol? How much? Learn your drugs, know your dose, it's elementary.
I need to make a telephone call.
Telephone call? That's communication with the outside world. Doctor's discretion. Hey, all of these nuts could just make phone calls. They could spread insanity oozing through telephone cables, oozing to the ears of all these poor, sane people, infecting them. Wackos everywhere, plague of madness.
Come on, let's go.
In fact, very few, Jim, very few of us here are actually mentally ill. I'm not saying you're not mentally ill. For all I know, you're crazy as a loon.
This is a wall-climbing psycho. He's, in fact, institutionalized in it, and he gets an Academy Award nomination as Best Supporting Actor. Doesn't win. Hollywood hasn't been really kind to Brad Pitt in terms of throwing awards his way. Maybe being beautiful and being successful is like enough for people who vote for awards in academies, but I can't really tell. I just know during the 90s, he's doing spectacular work. Again for David Fincher in my favorite Brad Pitt performance so far in his career, which is Fight Club.
Tyler Durden.
Who told you motherfuckers that you could use my place?
We have a deal worked out with Irvin.
Irvin? Irvin's at home with a broken collarbone. You don't own this place. I do. How much money's he getting for this?
There is no money.
Really?
Free to all.
Ain't that something?
It is, actually.
Look, stupid fuck. I want everybody out of here right now.
Hey, you should join our club.
Did you hear what I just said?
You and your friend.
Fight Club, starring Brad Pitt and Edward Norton, is to me their Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. This is their Paul Newman, Robert Redford version, but so dark, such a crime film about violence and punching your way out of conformity. This is Brad Pitt at his peak. Did the Academy notice? Not at all, no. They thought it was violent. They thought, we don't want any part of this. Over the years, Fight Club has become a huge success on DVD. If I had to recommend one movie that you see with Brad Pitt, I would say, go to Fight Club right away. So what was he doing in this century that was really interesting? Well, the big deal was Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where he met Angelina Jolie, who he is with now. But that kind of movie doesn't interest me, nor does something like Meet Joe Black, which was a colossal flop, or Troy, which was all about hair extensions. It was like he was saying, I'm Brad Pitt for Garnier Fructis. It was just strange and awful. But then he found his way again, making movies like Babel, making The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. And this year, spectacular I thought he was in Burn After Reading from the Coen brothers, playing a gym rat, dim-witted gym rat, and having the time of his life doing it. And we fade right from there now into Benjamin Button, where he's back with David Fincher from Seven and from Fight Club, and doing serious work. He's now at work doing Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds, World War II movie taking on the Nazis. This is the guy, when he follows his best instincts, wanting to work with directors that don't want any formula, is really surprising us. And what I'm saying is, Brad Pitt is really capable of giving us a few shocks. I'm Peter Travers.